Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, my name is NURFARAHAIN binti MOHAMAD, MATRICS number 261080 from group AD. So today, I would like to share about quite common ethical issue that happen in Malaysia, especially in workplace, which is sexual harassment. Ethical issue can be categorized into accounting, social media, harassment and discrimination, health and safety, and technology or privacy. This assignment will be discussed more on type harassment and discrimination, which is specifically on sexual harassment. This sexual harassment can occur anywhere from workplace to campus or in public places to places of worship. This shows that sexual harassment also happens in workplace community. Other than female, male also can be the victim, which means it is straight to both genders. So, what is sexual harassment? Sexual harassment has been defined as unwelcome sexual advance, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical conduct that unreasonably interfere with an individual's works or study performance or creates an intimidating, hostile, or offensive working environment. People who endure sexual harassment at work are not limited to women. Men also be the subject of sexual harassment in a variety of ways too. Sexual or gender discrimination in the workplace may be perpetrated by male and female. Additionally, harassment and discrimination based on sexual orientation or appearance may qualify as sexual harassment. There are several types of sexual harassment in workplace, which are employee-employee harassment, gender discrimination, male victims of sexual harassment, hostile work environment, manager-employee sexual harassment, obscene, and others. Let's watch this example of sexual harassment scenario.
Hey man, check it out.
Oh man, look at her.
Right, you know what I would do to her. I'm gonna take a picture for later.
Yeah, do that.
Why
Send it to
don't
me.
you take a picture? It'll last longer.
I already took two. Come on, man.
Any of these acts is sexual harassment. Based on statistics from the Royal Malaysian Police, which is PDRM, between 2013 and 2017, out of a total of 1,218 reported sexual harassment cases, 79% involved victims who were women, while 21% involved male victims. In 2019, there was report says that a total of 257 male workers fell victim to sexual harassment at work in the 5 years recorded between 2013 to 2017. According to the Deputy Minister of Women, Family and Community Development, PDRM statistics also shows that 961 female workers become victims with a total of 1,218 cases in the 5 years. So, let's discuss what is the impact, the factors and ways to overcome the sexual harassment issue. Being sexually harassed can impact physiological, psychological health, physical well-being, and vocational development. Other than that, in terms of career-related effect, it can decrease job satisfaction, absenteeism, unfavorable performance evaluation, withdrawal from work or school, loss of job or promotion, and others. This negative effect in career will automatically affect the company performance and will decrease their working performance that can leave a bad record as an employee. So, what is the factors that lead to the sexual harassment issue? The first one is the motivation. The motivation dimension examines the variable which originate from the victim that could serve as a motivator for the harasser. For example, physical attractiveness of victim may be the motivating force for harassment. Certain male workers would thus be tempted to establish social or sexual relationship with their female co-workers or give unwanted sexual attention. Thus, it is hypothesized that women who are physically attractive will be more likely to experience sexual harassment compared to those who are less attractive. The second factor is overcoming internal inhibition against harassment. This factor refers to the values such as morality and sympathy of the harasser. An individual with low moral value may not regard harassment as serious, wrong, or immoral, and thus feel uninhibited from sexual harassing someone else. Hence, the absence of good value could be a contributory factor to sexual harassment. The third factor is overcoming external inhibition against harassment. Several external factors present in the working environment could contribute to sexual harassment in the workplace. These include, first, privacy of workspace. A working environment which must privacy provide a greater opportunity for harassment since their co-workers are less likely to witness the harassment. Therefore, it is hypothesized that women who are working in highly private environment are more likely to experience harassment than those whose workspace are more open. Second is knowledge of grievance procedure. Organizations with proper grievance procedure and policies for sexual harassment are expected to report a lower incidence of harassment. This is because such a system is formally instituted with punishment duly meted out to offenders would serve to deter potential harasser. The third is sexist attitude. Organizations are more likely to report higher level of sexual harassment if the sexist attitude prevails, as female employees are perceived as sex objects and as inferior to male. The fourth is unprofessional working environment. A working environment characterized by vulgarism, alcohol consumption, disrespect among employee, and employee involvement in non-working activities would facilitate sexual harassment. It is hypothesized that women who work in an unprofessional climate have a greater tendency to suffer harassment compared to those in a more professional environment. The fifth is skewed gender ratio. A staff strength with an extremely unbalanced ratio of male to female is expected to report more cases of sexual harassment. This is consistent with the sex role spillover model where the work role of women workers in a highly skewed sex distribution will be outweighed by their sex role. So the fourth factors of sexual harassment issue is overcoming victim resistance. This factor refers to the ability of a victim to recognize and in turn stop and behavior towards harassment. The related variables are sex role and the job status of the victim. The sex role factor assess the extent of masculinity or femininity of a woman based on the traditional stereotype masculine and feminine personality traits. Women who exhibit more of the feminine trait are expected to be subjected to more harassment than those who fall under the masculine category. Regarding job status, it is hypothesized that women employees who hold lower positions with less power and authority are more likely to experience sexual harassment. This is because any resistance on their part could be met by threat of retaliation for not being cooperative or by promises of reward for engaging in sexual behavior. However, there are steps to confront and stop the sexual harassment. This step needs to be taken by the victim because the harasser would not stop until the victim acts. The first thing is to do the unexpected. Name the action, say it and be precise that the harasser just did. The second is to keep harasser responsible for his or her action. Don't give the harasser an excuse. Don't say that it didn't really happen. Take care of the encounter and let people know what the harasser did. Privacy cover harasser, but publicity destroyed them. Third, make clear, truthful comment. Say the fact, no threat, no insult, no obscenities, no appeasing verbal fluff, and no padding. Be serious, straight, and blunt. Fourth, demand an end to the harassment. Let it be clear that all people have the right to be protected from sexual abuse. It is a matter of principle to object abuse. Fifthly, stick to your own agenda. Don't respond to the excuses or diversionary tactic of the harasser. 6. The problem is the action of the harasser. Say what you have got to say and repeat it if the conduct continues. 7. Improve your claim with a solid, self-respecting body language, eye contact, head up, shoulder back, a strong, serious stance. Be timid. Submissive body language is going to weaken your message. The last one is respond at the required amount. Using a mix of verbal and physical response to physical abuse. Hope with this measure will deter the harasser from committing their damn action to the victim, themselves, or to the new victims. In conclusion, as a female or male workers, they need to take action to stop this from happening again and again. This simple action can generate a big impact to someone else, like mentioned before, in terms of physiological, psychological, or in career. The victim supposedly cannot afraid or shy because this kind of bad act can also happen to other people, or in other words, there will be other victims. The harasser cannot be let go easily as government already enact a regulation for this issue. In this issue, cannot be denied that victim also got their wrong for being the factor for the harasser to harass the victim. However, the harasser also need to be blamed because sometimes the victim are already behave and do not react to flirt the harasser, but still they be the victims itself are the offender. Therefore, in some cases, the harasser is the offender, and some cases the victim itself are the offender. In workplace, everyone needs to be professional and do not hesitate to take chance on other people for the sake of work and family. This damn action could embrace the harasser's family itself if they got caught. Final words, be professional, work in peace, and take action. That's all from me. Thank you.